at their own 23-yard line.
Down, 30 base. Check, 3-2 jet bomber, 3-2 jet bomber. I go. Get it.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football.
Touchdown, Vikings! In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. On first down, it's Chandler. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Delta.
To throw is Rodgers. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, 626.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right now, you got 58.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. On first down, this is Adams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down now, it's Adams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go. 58 to Mike. 58. Ready. Set, go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
54, Mike, 54. Get it, Mike.
They hand off to their big tight end, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Here we go, D. All right. All down. Check three. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Now a give, right side. Chandler. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw here. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
22's coming, 22's coming, Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mike 91. Check. We are going. Check.
They'll run on first down. It's Adams, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
3 down. Watch out.
You draw quarters. Hey, exit.
Press to the 50.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is now 14-10. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, Haywood.
22, he's coming, 22.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, you block over here.
Mark 55.
Hey, dude.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 55. Mike 55.
You can get it.
Rodgers now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Come on.
Zoom, zoom.
Watch it, you gonna see me in your nightmare.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Agnew now to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
somewhere
something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Alpha.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers again now. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Jump out!
On 1st down, it's Chandler. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 17, Rodgers. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Given 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's a give to Adams out of the shotgun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, wahoo!
Rodgers now throwing again. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. 8 yards in the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket, that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now back to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Protein spill.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. No, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
22, Mike 22. Here we go, D.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
It's just
Hey, echo.
It's just me and you. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, exit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Hey, Charlie. 5.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line.
Hey, 58's the money. Go 58's the money. Hey. 58.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rodgers now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Rodgers will try again on second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. And the Falcons have taken the lead there late. A win would be their second on the young season. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
22's coming. 22's coming. 30.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, box drop, box drop.
Check safety, check down.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense. They were able to bat it away.
He'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
You go tight. 50. You got tight right there.
Here we go.
Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run again with Adams. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
258, 54, right left.
On third down, Chandler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Watch the screen.
And they will take a knee here.
Rodgers on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the Vikings' 43-yard line.
No. 18.
54, right, 54. You remember me? You remember me?
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Packers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.